Taking action, getting results. This is News Channel 19 at 6.
Serious smoke covered the Tennessee Valley.
It's cleared up a bit. I can still breathe, so that's good. Whatever doesn't kill me.
It's cleared up, but will it come back?
Right now, crews are cleaning up a diesel spill after a towboat sinks in Tennessee Valley waters.
And new details in the story you saw here first. Investigators bust up a brothel at work inside a Valley neighborhood.
Good evening. I'm Elise Morgan.
And I'm Jerry Hayes. Some parts of the Tennessee Valley woke up to quite a surprise this morning. A layer of smoke from the fires in Florida and over in Georgia sitting down over much of the area. We have team coverage tonight of today's unhealthy air. Amber Stewart tells us about what doctors had to say about it. Chief Meteorologist Dan Satterfield will tell us what role the weather played today. But we begin tonight with meteorologist Spencer Denton, who is live in Huntsville. Spencer, what did researchers have to say about today's situation?
Well, it looks like many researchers today talking about the main issue, and that is the smoke. Today, definitely not a typical day here in the Tennessee Valley. On an average day, the Tennessee Valley is one of the most scenic places in the Deep South. But smoke rolled in this morning, and the scenic view just disappeared.
Just looking up at the sun, you couldn't even see the sun this morning. It was completely covered in smoke. You couldn't even see Montesano.
Deborah Hobson of Huntsville's Natural Resources made several trips to the air quality monitoring station on Airport Road and says today's air quality reading jumped to an all-time high.
Of 145, we have never seen that on particulate matter. So I said immediately, I need to run and check the instruments and be sure they're working properly before we issue a statement.
At one point, it reached a peak of 193. Usually, it's below 100.
But the visibility is a problem. We have to have at least 3 miles visibility to legally fly under VFR conditions.
That high number also played a role in keeping local pilots on the ground at Moontown Airport. Tim Morgan just had to sit and wait.
I've never seen the smoke this bad. We do have fog from time to time or low-hanging clouds that create a visibility problem, but this smoke is unique.
Most Tennessee Valley residents have never seen smoke-filled air at this magnitude. And it looks like, unfortunately, we may see some more of this smoke again tomorrow. Again, somewhat of a surprise to many folks this morning. You could definitely smell it in the air, and you certainly could see it. A big visibility factor. And again, Dan, it looks like, again, we could see this tomorrow, right?
That's right. It's been a real tough call to forecast this all week. As you know, Spencer, it just takes a slight change in the wind direction to bring that plume right over us. Let me run these numbers by you again. Since I've been here for 13 years, I've never seen the AQI this high. Here's the number, 158. That's the late official air quality index today. So where does that stand on our scale? Way up into the unhealthful range. And by the way, it was actually a lot worse than that for a while. I'm going to throw some math at you. What we measure the smoke in is micrograms per cubic meter. The average was 77 today. That's where you get the AQI of 158. But for a while this morning, it was at 193.7. If it had stayed that way all day, our air quality index would have been above 300, approaching the hazardous level. If you do have asthma or any breathing difficulties, and for you kids, your lungs aren't fully developed yet, you should not be playing outside in this until it gets better. And I think starting tomorrow afternoon, it will get better. We'll tell you about that in a few minutes. First of all, here's Amber to tell you about the health effects.
Well, Dan, you can see that the smoke has thinned out since this morning, and the respiratory therapists we talked with say that people with lung conditions are at most risk when the smoke is at its thickest.
Trees blow the Tennessee Valley full of smoke, while the birds sit atop the city watching over. At least this little girl covers her nose to keep from breathing in the smell. But it doesn't keep people like Susan Knowles from eating their lunch outside.
It's cleared up a bit. I can still breathe, so that's good. Whatever doesn't kill me.
The smoke did alter her drive into work.
Well, I had to have my windows up because of the smell. I usually have my windows down to keep from spending too much gas and all that on air conditioning, but it's pretty bad.
The smoke has bothered her allergies a little bit. Nothing like respiratory therapist Denise Monday says it will do to someone with asthma, emphysema, or chronic bronchitis.
Anybody with a chronic lung condition needs to keep a check on their peak flows. That is a early indicator of lung function and airway function.
To do that, you use a peak flow meter.
Big deep breath and then...
If you have to be outside for an extended period of time, respiratory therapists say put on an N95 mask like this one. You can pick them up at drugstores anywhere, and you don't have to have a prescription.
And they are guaranteed to filter out at least 95% of particulate matter in the air. People with chronic lung conditions will have to watch this carefully when they put that on. It can be a little bit restrictive when you first start to breathe through it.
On a smoky day like this one, Monday says you can experience a host of symptoms.
A shortness of breath, a feeling of chest tightness. The smoke can actually travel into the airways, irritate the airways, and cause a constriction of the smooth muscles inside the lungs that will cause the airways to tighten, and you will get a wheezy sensation.
While it's important to stay inside away from the smoke, Susan Knowles is just hoping Mother Nature will do her job soon.
Yeah, I think we could use some rain.
Now, experts say all of you who have to do this chore at home are going to like this one. Limit the vacuuming and dusting at home to let the air quality settle down in your home. Now I have an excuse not to do this chore at home. Jerry, back to you.
I like that advice. Thank you, Amber. And here's another tip for you. The respiratory therapists say that during these smoky times to change your air filters at home at least once a week. Well, the Alabama Department of Environmental Management reported the open burning ban is still in effect for 6 months for 4 North Alabama counties. Those counties that are being affected are DeKalb, Lawrence, Madison, and Morgan counties. The yearly ban tries to combat the formation of ground-level ozone. The burning wood, tree trimmings, brush, and debris are all banned under this measure, and that prohibition will last through October. Some parents at Riverton Middle School are finding letters in their mailboxes tonight about a possible tuberculosis case at the school. Someone with a confirmed case of TB was on Riverton's campus at the end of the school year. As a precautionary measure, the letters are asking parents to arrange for TB testing at the health department. Now, the health department emphasizes there is no cause for alarm and that this response is routine. If you'd like to find more information about TB, including symptoms, log on to our website, WHNT.com.